Okay, well, find a comfortable position that works for you. And once you arrive, roll your body a little. Try to make it as comfy as you can right now. Find out what your body needs. Maybe a little rolling of the neck, maybe a few rolls of the shoulders. And then slowly come into a position that works. And gently close your eyes. Try to connect with your breath. And see where your breath is at today. Breathing in, knowing that you're breathing in. And breathing out, feeling how you're breathing out. Try to feel what changes in your body on your in-breath. And where do you feel that in-breath? You might notice it in your nose, in your chest, or in your belly area. Neither option is good or bad. We're not looking for labeling, we're just noticing. And what changes on the out-breath? Do your shoulders sink a little lower? Do you feel your belly reclining into your body? Do you feel your nostrils? And as you're sitting here, try to relax your shoulders. Try to relax your forehead and in between your eyebrows. Try to relax your legs down on the floor and let go of any tension in the groin area. And keep breathing to that lower belly area. I'm going to sound a bell 3 times. And as you hear the bell die out, gently come back and slowly open your eyes. Maybe rubbing your face a couple of times. And then slowly move into a tabletop position. We're going to keep the knees together, sit down on our heels, and sweep the arms back. And as we exhale, we fold forward, placing our forehead on the floor. If you feel that the floor is a little too far away, And please place a pillow underneath your buttocks, in between your heels and your buttocks, helping you to fold forward. And when you arrive in that position, get back in contact with your breath, following the in and the out breath, and arriving fully in this position, letting go of all the worries of the day, letting go of any tension, letting go of the people and the situations you have come across today, letting go of your to-dos. Everything can wait, either till the next day or till after practice. This hour is just for you, and for you to connect with your breath and your body. Breathing in, feel the expansion of the belly. And feel how the belly pushes up against the upper legs. Also feel how the upper legs are pushing back, and how this results in the breath expanding the chest area, opening up your upper back and heart center. The out breath, feel the fall of the body, and feel how everything relaxes into the floor. And as we stay in this position, feel how your shoulders are gently falling forward towards the ground. And feel how your forehead is getting more firmly pushed into the ground by merely using the force of gravity and allowing the entire body to relax. Feel how the back of your hands are touching the floor. Feel the pressure on the tops of your feet. Feel the balance, which you don't have to do anything for. It's just there. And for the next minute, just focus on the sound of your breath. And your next in-breath, slowly roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Place your hands back towards a tabletop position. Bring your knees hip width apart and walk the hands forward. Whilst you remain with your buttocks above your knees, let your heart sink to the floor. Let your chest or your chin come to the floor. If there's a little bit of space in between your chest and the floor, then please use a pillow so you can relax into this position. As you arrive in your position, connect back to your breath. Feel how this sensations have changed from the previous position to this one. Feel the stretch in your lower back. And feel the opening of the shoulder, the stretch in the armpits. And again, let gravity do its work. Gently easing your body into a position. We're not forcing, but we're also not clinging to what was. Breathing in, we feel the lower belly expand. Try to make your in-breath a little deeper so that you can also feel the sides of your belly and maybe even your back expand outward. On the exhale, feel the relaxing of all the muscles. And feel how everything finds its place without any effort, without any control from you. We just find a natural equilibrium with all the natural forces. Right now, there is nowhere for us to go. And there's nothing that we have to do. If you feel any tension in your shoulders or the back of your shoulders, and try to breathe towards that area. And on the exhale, release the tension that you feel, creating space in that upper back, and releasing any tension in the neck. On the next inhale, push your hips forward. And on the exhale, let your hips sink to the floor. Get rid of any pillows you might use. And place your hands on top of each other and place your forehead on top of those hands. Letting the toes point towards each other and letting the heels drop out to the sides. Crocodile position. Counter position to what we just did. Feeling what the previous pose did for us, and how the change in position has changed our relationship to the breath. On the next inhale, place your hands under your shoulders and gently look forward and up. Then place your elbows exactly where your hands were. And inhale, look forward. Try to feel as though your head has a wire running from the top, and that this wire is pulling you up. Remember to keep the legs zipped up, legs all the way together to protect that lower back area. And breathe. If at any time you feel like there's too much tension in your neck from looking up, you can also use your hands and make a nice hammock for your face. As you found a position that's comfortable to you, connect back to your breath. And as you inhale, feel how a wave travels through your body, starting with the belly pushing down on the floor, gently lifting those hips up. And with every exhale, feel how the belly empties and the hips fall back onto the floor, like a retraction of the wing. Try to see if you can feel this wave in your entire body and not just the parts that are obvious. Can you feel this wave in your fingertips? Can you feel the shift with your toes? And with every exhale, also try to release the tension in your shoulders and bring your shoulders away from your ears by letting the shoulder blades travel down along your spine. Now that we're in the position a little longer, check in with your lower back area. What is going on there? And are you still able to relax your body? Or is there some clinging in your butt cheeks? If so, are you able to let go of the tension? And if you look at the waves, do they change? Or are all the waves the same? On the next exhale, place your hands on top of each other and place your forehead on top of those hands. Letting go of any tension that was still in the body. And letting your entire body sink into the floor. Feel your chest falling into the floor. But also feel your pelvic area resting comfortably on the floor. Next inhale, place your hands underneath your shoulders. Push yourself up to a tabletop position. From there, work up to a standing position. And I hope you all brought the chair. As we're gonna do a dangling pose. If you got a chair like I do with just wood on it, and please place a pillow so that it's comfortable. And from a standing position, I'm sorry, the other camera is glitching, so I can't show you. Just bring up the hands with your inhale. And with the exhale, fold forward, coming from your hips, pulling all the way forward. And see where you land. Maybe your head is just gonna comfortably rest on the chair. Or maybe you find it more comfortable to let your arms be on the chair and your head in front of the chair. See what works for you today. Try to remain with the legs straight. And try to make sure that there's not a lot of pressure on your head. Connect to your breath. And if it's hard for you to keep your legs straight, then place your feet about hip width apart to make it a little easier, giving yourself a little more space. You're doing great. Connect to your breath. And again, feel how the belly pushes up against the upper legs. How do these sensations change now that your head is resting on something? Or maybe your shoulders are resting onto something. And how does the sensation change now that your head is lowered in your heart? Do you feel the stretch in your lower back area? Or is all the sensation focused on your legs? This pose always feels a little confronting on tied legs, but try to remember that there's no right or wrong here. We're just connecting with our body, connecting with our breath, and trying to investigate what's going on in both, in your body and with your breath. And how your breath is linked to the position your body is in. Now that we have been in this position for a little longer, try to feel what has changed from when we started. Do you feel a little more pressure on your head or on your arms? Can you feel that your body has been sinking down inch by inch? Is it easier for you to stretch your legs, or has it become harder? And what are the tight areas? Try to breathe towards those tight areas. On the next inhale, slowly and very gently come up, vertebrae by vertebrae. And take your time on this. Try to see what happens when you let the blood flow back down again. And your head is above your heart again. The way we are designed. When you're ready, place that chair where it's not in your way anymore. And we come back to a tabletop position. Take your time, be gentle. Place the hands forward just a little bit. And stretch out that right leg, rocking over the toes just a couple of times. On the next inhale, bring that right knee up to the left wrist. And then when it's there, open that right knee up towards the right wrist. Bringing that lower leg in line with the front of your mat. As much as feels comfortable to you, pigeon pose. Try to sit back down onto your left leg. And try to see if you can keep the hips squared to the front of your mat. If this is hard for you, then please use a pillow and put that pillow underneath your right buttocks to sit down on and comfortably. As you might be able to see, my shin is totally not in line with the front of the mat. I'm aiming for it, but my knee and my hips don't allow that flexibility. If you notice there's a lot of tightness in your buttock area or in your hip area, please make sure that you bring that right foot closer to that left hip. Releasing the pressure on your knee and easing on your buttocks. Please do note that if you feel any discomfort or pain in your knee, this is a reason for you to get out of this pose. We don't want to injure our knees. Connect back to your breath. And try to feel what it's like breathing into your lower belly area in this position. Maybe you notice that the skin of your belly is stretching. And if you feel ready or you feel like it, inhale, lengthen the spine up, look forward. And exhale, gently walk the hands forward to come into sleeping pigeon, either resting on your forearms or resting all the way down, placing the hands on top of each other and placing your head on your hands. Relaxing fully into this position and feeling a stretch on your buttocks area increase. Again, I want you to remember that you don't want to feel any pain in your knee area in this position. Try to remain with a little awareness in that right foot, pointing the toes if you can. But at least keeping the energy in that foot alive and not just letting it hang. Keep breathing and try to breathe especially to the areas that feel tight. With the inhale, envision yourself creating space in that area. And with the exhale, feel the relaxation of those muscles. On the inhale, come up vertebrae by vertebrae, placing the hands on the floor. And on the exhale, point your left foot so the toes touch the floor. Push yourself back into a tabletop position. As you arrive there, straighten the left leg and roll onto your toes a couple of times. With the next inhale, bring that left knee to the right wrist and open it up so that the left knee comes to the left hand. Inching back that back foot, the right foot, come down into a seated position here. And again, remember that we want to keep those hips in line with the front edge of your mat, so squared. And if you need a pillow to do that, then please place a pillow underneath that left buttocks. You're doing great. Keep an awareness in that left foot. In this position, let the shoulders glide down along the spine again, taking them away from your ears. As you breathe in, you might feel the stretching of that belly skin of your belly. And as you exhale, you might feel that tension being relieved. Feel the stretch in your left buttocks. And you might also feel a stretch in that right hip flexor. On your next inhale, straighten the spine and look up, forward. And on the exhale, use the hands to come onto your forearms or fall down even deeper by placing the hands on top of each other and placing your forehead on your hands. At this point, you might feel your belly push up against your foot or your lower leg. See what that feels like. You now have the unique opportunity to see what it feels like from both sides. How does it feel from your belly to push against your foot? How does it feel for your foot to be pressed against by your belly? Is there a difference in those two sensations? Or are you all consumed by the stretch in your buttocks? Either way is fine. Again, try to create space in the areas that feel tight by breathing towards that area. Envisioning light and space to be created in those areas with your inhale. And as you exhale, feel the relaxation of the muscles in that area. Remember that if you feel any discomfort or pain in your knee, you have gone too far. And I encourage you and urge you to come out of the posture. On the next inhale, place your hands on the mat and push yourself up. And curl your toes under. And push that left leg back into a tabletop position. Sit all the way back And then swing your feet to one side, sitting down onto your buttocks. Placing the legs in front of you. And I want you to get a couple of pillows or a meditation pillow. And keep that close. We're going to come into a supported bridge position. So I want you to come down onto your back and place those feet as close to your buttocks as you can. Maybe touching your heels with your fingers. As you inhale, bring your lower back flush with the mat. And as you exhale, peel your hips up. And place that pillow underneath your buttocks. You might want to check out what works for you today. Maybe it is different from another day or another evening when we did this exercise. Try to relax your entire weight onto those pillows. And try to breathe normally. Notice that this might be a little harder now. Since we're opening up the chest, we're opening up our hips, and we're again placing our head lower than our heart. This pose might feel a little vulnerable, but everything that arises is welcome. Every sensation, every thought, every emotion. Try and be the investigator of your own body. We're not judging, we're just observing. Looking at our body like it's the first time we notice it, the first time we see it. And listen to your own breath as you breathe in and out. Feeling your body relax ever so slightly more with each breath cycle. Feel how the weight is distributed between your feet and your shoulder blade, maybe the back of your head. Maybe you can feel how funny it actually feels to have not that much pressure on your feet. And that most of the pressure is actually on your butt and the pelvic area. Feel how your chest is opening up as the shoulders are gently coming down to the earth. And if you feel any tension in your shoulder or neck area, then let go. No need for you to hold on. Your body is stable, and you don't need to control the situation right now. As you inhale, gently bring the hips up just ever so slightly. And maybe lower your pillow a hair, but keep it underneath your buttocks. Slide it down just a little bit. And as you inhale, bring the knees up. And as you exhale, fold the knees into your chest, hugging the knees into your chest, but keeping the shoulder blades on the floor. How does this feel for you? If you find there is too much pressure on your upper back area, then gently place the feet down on the floor and inch that cushion a little bit further down so that only your buttocks is now ever so slightly on that pillow as you fold in. Feel how broad your back actually feels on the floor right now. And connect to your breath. Feeling how the back area changes as you breathe in and breathe out. Can you feel your breath traveling to that lower back area? Can you feel the entire body expand as you breathe in? Can you feel how small your body gets when you breathe out? On the next inhale, point your feet up towards the ceiling and try to find a sweet spot. If you feel like your legs are falling towards you, then please shift that pillow a little bit higher up and see what happens then. If you feel like they are falling to the floor, and shift that pillow just a hair away again. And gently let the legs point up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Feeling how all the blood moves from your toes towards your pelvic area. And this is especially a position in which your feet might start trembling or your legs might start trembling. That is the release of tension, the release of emotions, and all the things you don't need anymore leaving your body. Try not to get annoyed. Just feel what this position does. And breathe. breathe towards that lower belly area again. A lot of fields of sports and science say that by doing this position, all of the toxins in your legs move down. And it helps us release those toxins, especially people who run a lot, benefit a lot by this position. It helps getting rid of any muscle aches or soreness. Doing this position at the end of your day also allows you to let go of your day and set you up for a beautiful night's sleep. On the next exhale, let both of your knees come to the outside of your chest area. And grab your feet to come into a happy baby position. If you can, then please place your feet parallel next to your chest. And if that's too hard, then bring the heels closer together and let them fall closer to your buttocks. If you can, then try to get your feet above your knees. Breathe towards your hip area. This is where the point of tightness for this position is. This is where the stretch is at. And if it's hard for you to stay with your shoulders on the floor, then try to grab your ankles, or maybe even the insides of your knees. And then, as always, come back to your breath. And feel how the belly expands in between your upper legs. There is no real physical restriction, yet you might still feel like your lower belly area is restricted from fully filling up with air. Connect to that point of contact. And see what happens if you fill up even more. You might feel your breath traveling into your hip area. And see if that creates a little space, which you notice when you exhale and release all the muscle tension. Maybe by this time you start to feel a little heavy in your legs, probably mainly in your upper legs. This is fine. It has a lot to do with how the blood is traveling through your body right now. On the next exhale, bringing your feet towards the floor, leaving the pillow where it is and stretching your legs out. See how that feels. What do you feel in your hip area? Do you feel a rush of blood? Maybe some tingling? Or a warm or cold feeling? You might also feel your lower back, your hip flexors being stretched a little because the pillows are still there. Keep breathing. On your next inhale, lift your hips ever so slightly and get rid of that pillow that was there. On your next inhale, bring your knees back up and let them fall to the left side. Stretching out the arms into T position. And coming into that twist, looking into your right hand. And remember, as always, don't force anything. If this is the point in time where you want to use a pillow in between your knees, then that's perfectly fine. I highly encourage it. Try to keep your knees on top of one another. And feel the stretch coming all the way from the neck towards that lowest vertebrae, even into your upper legs. Connecting to your breath. Feel what happens with the rise and fall. And can you feel your SI joint stretch? Maybe feel a little space there. How are your legs responding to this position? Is your forehead still relaxed? On the next inhale, bring your knees up towards the ceiling. Scoot over to the left side just a hair. Now let your knees drop to the right side. Again, making sure that the knees stay on top of one another. And use a pillow in between your knees or under your bottom knee. Now looking into your left hand. Keep breathing and feel the stretch. Maybe in your hip area, or just in your back area. On the next inhale, bring the knees up towards the ceiling. And then get yourself ready with a blanket, maybe putting on a sweater or putting on some socks. Get yourself nice, warm, and comfy into Shavasana. Stretching out the legs fully, letting the toes drop to the sides. Take your time relaxing into this position. And make sure that your toes are not restricting from falling out by any props or blanket. Let the hands land in a 45-degree angle away from the body. And let the palms face up. Making sure that at this time you're not touching any of your props. Allowing your body to fully relax onto the floor. Feel how the floor always supports you. And how ultimately you're supported by the earth. How gravity never fails to pull you towards the earth. And how you can trust both to be there at all times. Try to relax your entire body as the sounds of the singing bowls are going to come through your speakers.
As you hear the bells die out, deepen your breath and bring a little movement back into your fingers and into your toes. Stretch out your body like you're just waking up. Maybe hug your knees into your chest and roll over your lower back a couple of times. And when you're ready, roll on to your right side, allowing the body one last moment of comfort. An easy way to gently wake up. With your next inhale, push yourself up with your left hand. And remaining with the eyes closed and the gaze inward, come into a comfortable seated position. Breathe in and out here a couple of times. And feel what the practice has done for you. When you're ready, bring your hand palms facing each other onto your chest, Anjali Mudra. And breathe in deeply. And exhale deeply too. Bringing your thumbs onto your forehead. Peaceful thoughts. Bringing your thumbs onto your lips. Peaceful words. Bringing your thumbs onto your heart. Peaceful heart. And with a slight bow, we whisper, Namaste.